appreciate you guys coming in today and giving up your Sunday. And hopefully we'll make it worth your while. You'll have a good time. Hopefully meet some new people. Just kind of want to explain a few things. While you're here, we just want you to work hard. Don't worry about how many shots you make or miss. Don't worry about anything other than just doing the very best that you can. Okay, work hard. If there's something that you don't understand, ask one of our coaches. Our coaches are. If I could get our coaches to come over here for just a moment. All coaches. KP, you be a coach down there. KP. Coaches, can you kind of line yourselves up front? All right, if the coaches would introduce themselves, okay, can you kind of stand in the line? That'll keep you straight. And we'll start down here. Just introduce yourself. And you don't necessarily have to tell anything about yourself. Just kind of introduce yourself.
Coach Jack. Coach K.
Coach June.
Claire. Kayla. Olivia. JC. Grace. Bryn.
And I'm Coach Evans, and I'll kind of be the facilitator for today. The coaches are here to help you get better. So allow them to work with you. Okay, even though their philosophies might be a little bit different than the coaches that you're used to, they all have completed or are on their way to college. They've had successful high school careers. They'll be able to help you get to where you're trying to get, especially in these drills today. Okay. All right. I have, in my hand, I'm holding a smart basketball. And what this ball does and what this ball is a tool to help you get better. Inside of this basketball, if you can see the markings on the ball, is a chip that you download from the App Store that will help you become a better shooter. Now, how's it work? Well, first of all of you, if I picked every one of you to come out here and take 5 shots, all of you would probably shoot it a little bit different. Some of you would shoot it here, some of you would shoot it here, some of you shoot from your stomach. What this ball does, it will help you get the ball to where you are trying to get, which is obviously in the basket. This ball tracks how many misses, how many makes, how many times you swish, how many times it banks in. It finds spots on the floor where you are most successful. It finds places on the floor where you struggle. It will chart how many times you catch and shoot, or just stand and shoot free throws. All of that is within this basketball. On your phone, there is an app that I said earlier. In that app, it will give you all the data for all the shots that you've taken for that particular day. Now, this ball is $99, but you only have to buy it one time. Every year, they'll send you a new one. As long as you take 3,000 shots a year, which you guys should take a couple hundred shots a day. So 3,000 should be the minimum amount of shots you take, okay, if you're working on your game. Now, earlier today, well actually we started doing the demonstrations yesterday. We had a young lady, is that young lady here? Is she here today? Okay, come on out, Bobo. Now yesterday you took 51 shots. Okay, now, on your phone, like I said, it's an app. Every time the ball goes in, you will hear a cha-ching on your phone, which is kind of neat. But I think you took, how many shots just made? 51? 52 shots and made 6. She made 6 or 7 of them. Okay. All right. Now, did you download the app or did you use Nard's app? Okay. All right. Now tell us a little bit, since you did it yesterday, tell us a little bit about what you thought as far as the app is concerned.
It's like really cool. I guess. So like it has like a heat map, so it shows like where you shoot around the court, and then like it just keeps track of all your makes and misses, and it even shows like the angle that like you shoot the ball at. Like it said that I shot the ball at like a 60-degree angle.
Okay. Now, and again, these might be things that you don't think about, but your ball should be spinning. Hold this for me. We had one of our shooters earlier. It helps you get yourself lined up the correct way to shoot. Now, since Grace, she did Grace, correct? Grace did it yesterday. We won't ask her to come out again. We'll get someone. Thank you. All right. I need a 3-point shooter. I need a 15-foot shooter, and I need a layup maker. Who would like to be those people? Thank you, Nene. Thank you for volunteering. Nene is going to be our layup maker. Now, it keeps track of everyone that goes in and everyone that misses. So if she's shooting 10 layups, how many should she make? If you say anything less than 10, you're struggling. Nene is going to make, we're going to put the pressure on her. She's got to make 10 layups in a row. Okay, go. Nice job, 10 out of 11. All right, on the heat map, on your app, it will show that she took 10 shots and made them all. All right, so if you make 10 out of 10, what is that percentage? What was that? Okay, 100. Now I need a mid-range shooter, 15 feet. Thank you, Kendra. Kendra's like, right, picking off the ground. Okay, I need 2 rebounders. Not that Kendra's going to miss. Nene and Jordan, come and rebound forward, please. Okay, then just throw her a standard pass back to her. Again, it will keep track of your shots made off the pass and your shots made off the dribble. So what we'll do is we'll let you dribble up and take 5 shots and then 5 off the pass. Okay, go ahead. Okay, 5 off, just 5 straight. Yep, there you go. All right, nice job. Let's give her a round of applause. Good job. All right. Now, again, I think she missed 3. She was 7 for 10, or 6 for 10. 6 for 10 would be what percentage? 60%. All right. Now I need a 3-point sniper. you just know that the three-point shot is your shot. Why is everyone's eyes on it? Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I don't want to look at you. Don't look at me. All right. Molly, stop. Molly, I already told Molly I was going to pay her, so she. All right. Molly needs 2 rebounders. Okay, you can dribble up to your 3 and then shoot 5 of those and then 5 regular. Okay, here we go. Some legs in the mouth. Yep. One dribble 3. One more. All right. Thank you. Let's give her a round of applause. Now, think about it for a minute. We shot from 3 different spots on the floor. 3 different percentages. What was Nene's percentage here? What's that? 10 for 11? All right, Nene made 10, 100%. Okay. What was Kendra's percentage? 60. And I think Molly made 4, 3 or 4 from here. All right. So obviously, the closer you are to the basket, the better your percentage is. All right. Obviously, from 3-point, your arc is going to be a little bit different from the 3-point line than it would be if you're shooting the layup. Now, again, this app helps you with all of that. Okay, and hopefully, as if you decide that you want to purchase one of these balls, your shot and your shooting will get better. But the main thing is your mechanics have to get better. Okay, so that's something to think about moving forward. I have players all the time. I can't make a shot. What do I need to do to get better at my shooting? First of all, your mechanics have to get better. If your elbow is way out here, it should be here. Your shot should be, if you're a right-handed shooter, your shot should be coming right off of your right eye, and everything should be, your elbow should be focused and pointed right towards the basket and shooting. Okay, again, if your arm's out here, chances are you're not going to be a good shooter unless you continue to work. All right, now, as we go through these drills, keep track of those types of things as you continue on in your shooting. Okay, I think all of you are pretty good shooters. Okay, we try to pick the best players that we have and always 100 to be here today. So all of you, we feel, are pretty good players. Okay, what can you do today to help someone else get better? That's what this showcase is about. Okay, we know what you can do individually, but how are you in a team? And these college coaches that are here and streaming online, they're watching those types of things. Now, let me ask you a question. Lauren. Let's say Lauren has a basketball. Now, I'm real big, and my players know, I'm real big on saying nice pass. You made a nice pass. Thank you for making a good pass. All right? So if Lauren throws me a pass, and I make the layup, and I turn and I say nice pass, how's that going to make Lauren feel? She's going to feel pretty good. Oh, she recognized I made a good pass. Okay? Let's say I'm going to the basket, and Lauren throws a terrible pass. That was terrible. All right. Lauren throws me a terrible pass. What is my reaction going to be to Lauren? Yeah, I'm probably going to give her that look like, really? You're going to embarrass me in front of all these people? I was wide open, you didn't pass the ball. People are watching. College coaches are here. You're taking away my moment to make a basket. You throw me a terrible pass. Okay? It's okay to say nice pass. Don't feel like that is being anything other than a good teammate. I know what these coaches are looking for. If you think you're going to come out here and score 30 points in this scrimmage, all right, or in this showcase, this is probably not the one for you. Okay? Everyone can shoot the ball every time down the floor. One of the things that I saw in the first session was people making the extra pass. I mean, I saw just people, and I knew they were good three-point shooters, but there were people wide open under the basket. They passed it to them to get ladies. That's what it's all about. It's not about you, okay? It's about how good you can make other people. So keep that in mind as you go. And I'm not telling you not to shoot, okay? Because every one of these people over here have either gone to college or going to college because they looked for their shot, but they're all good teammates, okay? And they've helped other people. We got Division I players over here. We got NAIA players over here. We've got all kind of players. We even got an old men's industrial league player over here, Nick Gamble. All right. How many of you think you can guard Nick Gamble? Think you can guard him? Man, a lot of hands went up. A lot of Nick, they got a lot of confidence with you. Look, we just want you to have a good time. These coaches are going to work hard for you. They're enthusiastic, and they're going to have fun with you. KP, which group is yours? The blue group. So the team in blue, would you go to Coach KP now? Coach Jackson, which group is yours? Just take a group. Red? All right, the red group is with Coach Jackson. Who you guys got? You with Coach Jackson? Who you got, Red? Pink with... Pink is with Coach Stark. Coach Stark. And green is with... Where's our other coach? Oh, here. Coach Ted. All right, you got green? All right, there we go. All right, coaches, we're going 16 minutes. 16 minutes.
Well, it is the start of session number 2, the afternoon session here at the Always 100 Top 80 Spring Showcase at Warsaw Community High School in Warsaw, Indiana. We're at the field house here in Warsaw Community High School. Certainly a nice facility, 4 basketball courts. They're all going to be in use for these particular workouts, I should say. We are at basically Station 3 is where we are right now on Court 3. And this is Team 7 wearing the blue, coached by Kelleen Peppel. We'll see athletes such as Gracie Fields, Molly Stock, Kendra Sheets, Isabel Polheen, Sophia Polheen, Gabby Hoover, Amanda Thatcher, Jasmine Smith, Shay Farley, Janae Donahue, and Kiora Bell. I'm Thad Goff. Keith Edmonds is here as well as the coaches go through the intro for this particular drill that will be going on. They'll be driving to the basket at this drill, and here we go. First player to go there was Janae Donahue, also known as Nene from Snyder High School. And that was a young Snyder team this year, coached by Akila Sims. Was basically, talk about turning a new leaf. They had a lot of freshmen in that starting team and improved off, I believe, an 8-win season the year before. Finished over 500 this year. Certainly the sky seems to be the limit for that Snyder team. Nice little underhanded scoop shot there by Gracie Fields. Not long after, Gabby Hoover able to get to the bucket. Well, some of the athletes at this particular event include players like Jasmine Anderson. She goes to Carroll High School. She's a 6-foot forward player that I reached out to Mark Redding about her and some others who have high GPAs. Jasmine Anderson's GPA, by the way, is 3.6. And a lot of his players have GPAs above 3.5, and that's something that Coach Redding is certainly very impressed with. Coach Redding, long-time head coach, currently at Carroll. Now the players will go with the left hand. That was Donahue getting them started off. Eva Fisher's another athlete who's a part of this showcase here. She's from Northridge High School. That's another well-coached program. Doug Springer is the head coach of that team. Eva Fisher's GPA is 3.7. She's part of the Always 100 United 2023 team. She was All-State Honorable Mention, NLC All-Conference, Elkhart County All-Area, Goshen News All-Area, Max Prep's Player of the Game 7 times. And she was invited to play in the North-South game 2 years in a row. She's also part of the honor roll. And a lot of these students do very well not only on the basketball court but also in the classroom. We mentioned that Fisher's GPA is 3.7. Another Carroll athlete who's here is Lexi Castader, class of 2024. She's got a 3.1 GPA, part of the Always 100 Paul team, the 2024 team. She started varsity as a freshman, averaged 6 points a game and 3 rebounds a game. She's ranked 54th in the nation for class of 2024, 4th in the state of Indiana for class of 2024. And here in our notes it says that Lexi plays the point standing at 6 foot flat and runs the offense. She is versatile, able to defend multiple positions. That's just some of the athletes that are here at this event today. Kind of the way that the regiment works is teams will be moving from one station to another doing various different drills. Right here, they're basically working on drives to the basket. That was a nice move to the basket there by number 64, Gabby Hoover. Amanda Thatcher came right behind her. Amanda Thatcher, Keith Edmonds talked to her earlier, and she's going to be going to have her third head coach at the high school level coming up this year with Kevin Clopton coaching last year after he took over for Rashida Muhammad. They're going to have a new coach again this year, Northrop is. That was Hoover again getting to the basket, and Thatcher able to finish. Just some tough shots that the athletes are doing right now. That last bucket made by Jasmine Smith.
You know, one of the things that we want to emphasize with these drills is, again, we're trying to showcase what the kids can do in a breakdown setting. We're trying to really focus on different disciplines, whether it be off the dribble, off the pass, catch and shoot. We're just trying to find different things that showcases their strengths and maybe some areas that they need to improve on. One of the things that we've noticed is that sometimes kids want to shy away from their deficiencies and always try and feature their strengths. And what we do in the showcase is we try and find all of the things, or as majority of the things that we can find, to help them get better in every area, and then put it all together into a scrimmage setting towards the latter part of the day. Kids have worked hard today. We expect this group to continue working hard and just kind of enjoy the day and just hopefully be relaxed and perform well in front of these coaches, either in attendance today live or on stream.
Thank you, Keith. And, one of the other players who's here today is Jordan Poole. She's a freshman. We're seeing a lot of freshmen at this particular showcase. And Jordan Poole, even though she's a freshman, she was a leading scorer at Snyder this past year. That's a young Snyder team, and obviously Jordan Poole playing a big role in that.
Yeah, Jordan Poole is a young lady that I would think at this point is going to be a high Division I player. She's already got Division I looks. She's got Division I offers, and is just a gym rat. Is constantly trying to get better. Is constantly looking and asking questions. What does she need to work on? What does she need to do to get better? And those are the kind of kids that you just kind of embrace and put your arms around. The sky's the limit for her, and if I may say so, I think that she will ultimately become the face of Always 100 as far as kids that we put out there as our marquee players. She is definitely looked upon as one of those types of players.
Well, I think I'm sure she appreciates the opportunities that she's gotten here with Always 100, whether it's at a showcase like this, or I would imagine she's probably been to some of the camps as well. I know that some of the camps that Always 100 runs is the Heavy Handles camp, which is mainly focused on dribbling, and they have the Little Ballers camp. They had those right around the same time in 2019. I'm not sure if they had those in 2020. That was in the winter, so we've got a while to go before we get to that particular before we get to those particular camps, I would think.
Well, what we try and do is we try and find the best fit for the different types of ages and skill groups that are trying to come through our organization. So if we need to put together a program for 6-year-olds or 7-year-olds or 10-year-olds, or whether it be individually or in a group setting, such as our Heavy Handles, we are always looking for ways that we can help kids improve. So the sky's the limit as far as what we do, and we're always open and receptive to new ideas. And I know Bernard, he enjoys what he does as a trainer, and wants us to push these kids to be the very best that they can and have a good time doing it. I think that's one of the things that I really enjoy watching these kids today is just have fun. Basketball is fun. I mean, yes, you have pressure and all those things as far as your school and your team, and you want to be successful, but don't forget that it's supposed to be fun as well.
I believe these sessions will go about 15 minutes before the teams change courts. I believe this team 7 will move over one court to the right when we get to that point. Right now they're working on their drives to the basket. And I think Team 3 would be the team that moves over here to Court 3. They are in the pink jerseys, coached by Katie Jackson.
I'm sitting here courtside with Annika Nelson from Concordia High School. Just completed a tremendous sophomore year, worked hard, and became an all-conference player. And can you share with us a little bit about what this showcase meant to you and what you were looking for as far as development as a player?
Yeah, this showcase was really nice. It helped me develop on different skills that we haven't done at Concordia, especially with that transfer of new coaches there at Concordia. So we're going to see how that season goes. But as AAU comes along, we just got to be ready to play, and I can work hard and help my teammates out, be a better passer and better shooter. I'm getting glasses now, so maybe I'll be able to see the rim.
Now, you mentioned the fact that you have a new coach. Obviously, you have a legendary coach, Coach Miller, that has decided to retire, and we appreciate everything that he's done. But looking forward or moving forward, what do you see as far as your new coach? I'm sure you've met your new coach. What do you see as your role coming back next year?
Yeah, I definitely think I'll be more of a big next year because with our seniors moving out, I'm going to be the new big. I'm just going to around the court. So I got to learn to get stronger down at the post, work hard, and see my teammates around the perimeter and be able to get them open for a shot. So I think that's what really we need to work on. I love my new coach. She's really nice. I'm excited for this season, you know.
Now, you've been a part of Always 100 for several years. What has Always 100 done for you as your development as a player?
So when I came into Always 100, I could not dribble the ball. I could not shoot. I couldn't do anything. I probably would have been a better volleyball player than I was basketball player. But, you know, I worked with several coaches. They got me my handles, and I appreciate those. They helped me get down the court a lot faster. But I can shoot now. I got my form right. We're still working on that. And, I mean, I can make a layup, too. So that's really good. I mean, I really appreciate this program. It's done so much for me, and I'm looking forward to the years to come.
Well, we definitely appreciate everything that you've done, and just enjoy watching your improvement here in Always 100, and obviously at Concordia High School, and we wish nothing but the best for you moving forward.
Thanks, Coach.
That was Annika Nelson from Concordia High School. Has got a lot of leadership responsibility will be placed on her next year, and I think that she'll accept the challenge that's ahead and have a good solid junior year for them.
Well, and I reached out to Dave Miller about Annika Nelson earlier this week, and some of the accomplishments she's had, a GPA of over 4.4. He's very high on her as both an athlete and as a student and, dare I say, as an individual. And, of course, Dave Miller, the now former head coach, put together a great career as the head coach at Concordia. That included 2 state championships.
Yeah, the new coach coming in has a tremendous shoes to fill, but I think that's one of those things where when you come in, you have to be who you are as a coach and not necessarily try and emulate anyone else's success. So best of luck. The name escapes me right now in regards to who their new coach is, but I'm sure it's a quality person, and the expectations won't change, but I'm sure that that coach will develop a great culture and be successful.
Yeah, I think they have named a new coach. I'm not sure what the name is myself, but anyway, obviously big shoes to fill over there at Concordia as they continue with this first drill here at station number 3, court number 3. Looked like that was kind of a slow roller there for Gracie Fields, but she was able to get the basket to fall, and there's Amanda Thatcher with the follow-up. And Northrop also going through a transition. Keith, you've touched on this throughout the day. Northrop is going to have a new head coach for the second year in a row, with Kevin Clopton stepping down from his role. His role as head coach at Northrop, that is. He, I believe, does a lot of coaching with Always 100 as well.
I hear your question. I'm sorry, I was with a parent.
No problem. I was just talking about another school that's going through a transition. Northrop, Kevin Clopton stepping down as the head coach. Amanda Thatcher has put together a nice performance, but obviously it's going to be a transition all over again for Northrop after Rashida Muhammad stepped down, and then Clopton steps down as well.
Well, whenever you come into a program and as a new coach or a new obviously as a new head coach, you want to try and establish a culture and put your stamp on it as quick as you possibly can as far as your expectations and what you'd like to accomplish as a coach. So I'm sure that as they start evaluating new people in regards to the Northrop job, one of the things that obviously you need is a little more stability. You got good kids there, and I think they deserve that, and hopefully it'll be someone that will be able to come in and quickly establish what they'd like to accomplish and remember the student part of student athlete and have a solid program.
A nice little reverse shot a moment ago by Kendra Sheets from Columbia City. Kendra saw a couple of her games this year. She put together some good performances. Drive to the basket. That shot was able to fall. That was number 64, Gabby Hoover. She's had some nice play today on the court. Isabel Polheim put that one home. A little left-hand shot by Nene Donahue, one of the many freshmen at Snyder High School. A little more information on some of these athletes who are here at the Always 100 Top 80 Spring Showcase. And, of course, this is court number 3 that you're watching right now. Lexi Linder goes to Bishop Dwenger. She had a grade point average of 4.095. She is 5'6", plays the point guard position. She's coached by Larry Wright at the AAU level. And a lot of academic accolades here. She's part of the National Honor Society. She is a Bishop Dwenger Scholar, BD Ambassador, and has received the the Saint Mother Teresa Award, as well as her athletic accomplishments. She was a varsity letterman as a freshman, and she's also received all SAC recognition in both basketball and softball. Was a semi-state finalist in softball as well. So a lot of accomplishments for Lexi Linder in her high school career, both on the court and in the classroom as well. And it looks like we might be about to have the kids switch courts by the looks of things. Well, speaking of Lexi Linder, I did reach out to her high school head coach as well, head coach Steve Wiktorowski. And he said to me, and I quote, "Lexi is not only one of our most talented players, but she is one of our hardest working athletes both on the floor and in the classroom. Her effort and dedication is a great example for all of our players. She is a joy to coach," end quote. Again, I was reading the words there of Steve Wiktorowski, the head coach at Bishop Dwenger in his second year there. It's not his second year of coaching. He's done plenty of coaching in his career. He even coached at Goshen University, or Goshen College, I should say, which is not too far down the road from here in Warsaw, down Highway 30. Meanwhile, the team you're watching right now is Team 2 in the lime green jerseys, coached by Myquisha Bratton. They're working on their drives to the basket. Now, that was Jordan Poole. We talked about her earlier, the leading scorer at Snyder last year as a freshman. Did a nice job getting to the basket and putting that one home. Nice little drive there by Molly Baker. And Eva Fisher able to follow her up. Going one by one.
Hey, I'm here courtside with Jordan Poole from Snyder High School. Jordan, first of all, thanks for coming today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can you tell us a little about what you learned as a freshman, moving up, obviously from middle school and playing at the high school level? What was one of the things that, or some of the things that you learned playing at the high school level?
Nothing's given to you. You have to work for everything you get, and you have to earn. You just have to earn what you have. You can't come in here and take anything.
So now people would say that you had a good and successful freshman year at Snyder. You're an all-conference player. What are some of the things that you think that you need to work on to get better?
I need to get stronger with my left hand, better shooting off the dribble, and I just need to get stronger, period. I'm more physical.
So what are your expectations out of this event being here today? What would you like to see?
For myself? Well, I'm going to try. I'm going to try to use my left hand more, get my teammates involved, find an open player, and hit open jump shots.
Now, coming into this season, next season at Snyder High School, what are you guys' expectations? You guys had a tremendous year. Has the bar been raised for your program? And where do you see your role as far as your leadership for Snyder next year?
Well, our senior, our best vocal leader, Destiny Jackson, she's not going to be there next year. So I'm going to step up and be a better vocal leader. I think we want to win the SAC championship. And we want to win sectionals.
Well, we definitely look forward to seeing you play, and we appreciate you taking the time today.
Thank you.
That's Jordan Poole from Snyder High School. What a tremendous year she had, and is ranked in the top 5 in the state as far as the class of 2024. And as I mentioned earlier, this young lady's a gym rat, and is always going to look for ways that she can either get better physically, mentally, and is just going to be a tremendous player moving forward for Snyder High School.
Thank you, Keith. We certainly appreciate all the athletes who have taken time to speak with you. We certainly appreciate you for what you've done, kind of working double duty today, running this tournament and also working with us. Nice little move to the basket. That was Alexa Robinson.
You know, I've been around basketball for over 30 years and just enjoy it, and I just couldn't find myself doing anything else. I've always been a gym rat and just enjoy being around these young people. They keep me young, and I just couldn't imagine myself doing anything else. I am blessed to be able to build relationships with young people, and this has been great for me, and I've always been appreciative of what Bernard Hollins has done, allowing me to leave the boys' game and come into the women's game. So that's been neat for me.
Thanks. We appreciate you, Keith, and everything you've done, and everything that Always 100 has done in getting this tournament scheduled and set up and put together. Obviously, certainly a great facility that we're able to use today. Here at Warsaw Community High School. It's a really nice-looking facility, 4 basketball courts. They got a nice little indoor track around the courts. Now, I'm not sure if all schools in the state, there's probably plenty of schools that don't have a field house quite like this, but I've seen a few that have some nice-looking field houses with these indoor tracks. Huntington North comes to mind.
Yeah, a lot of schools have gone to multi-purpose gyms with the synthetic floor and the indoor track. You can just get more utilization. Obviously, you can do so many things indoors as far as conditioning, and as you look at this facility, I would imagine that they can have indoor track meets here. They can do all different types of things. So multi-purpose facilities are the way to go, and obviously this is one of the better ones that you'll see in Northeast Indiana, so we're fortunate.
And obviously we're hoping, speaking of track and field, hoping we can get the spring sports seasons going this year. Obviously wanted to get those seasons going last year, but COVID-19 had other ideas. There's a nice move to the basket there by Eva Fisher.
I think sometimes a forgotten entity behind these young people and the coaches are the parents, and the parents don't always get enough credit for what they do. I'm sitting next to a parent right now, and she didn't know that I was going to interview her, so she's kind of taken back by a little bit. She'll be okay, I think. This is Amanda Thatcher's mom, and I just kind of want to share a little, or have her share a little bit with us about what it's like to have a young person playing at the high school level, and she's in a very unique situation with now going through or into her senior year with her third coach coming up. Mom, can you kind of introduce yourself and just kind of share with us what your role is as far as helping her stay focused on going into her senior year?
My name's Rashonda. I'm Amanda Thatcher's mother. My main focus for Amanda this year is to basically just do good, focus on herself, play hard, get out there and just work on herself.
So behind the scenes, Mom, I mean, and then I don't think people understand, how tough it is for you to keep your child focused, and you want to make sure they got their grades. You want to make sure that that everything is lining up as far as college is concerned. And Amanda has turned out to be a tremendous young lady. What do you see for her? What will be a successful season for her in your eyes?
Well, first of all, Amanda's a high honor A+ student, so that's not an issue right now with Amanda. Moving forward, going into her senior year with playing basketball, I just hope they get the right coach into place that cares about the kids, and the girls do what they're supposed to do out there next year and win, and that's about it.
As we take a look at Northrop basketball and everything that has occurred as far as your daughter's development, and I think, can you share a little bit about not necessarily Northrop basketball, but what Always 100 has done for Amanda as a player?
Always 100 is a really good program to be in. My oldest daughter was in it, now Amanda's in it. They pushed her hard. She's a part of the Level Up program, and that's a very good program to be a part of. So, they're trying to get her to where she needs to be, and, put her with the right coach this time. She was with the right coach last time as well, but, we had some changes, which is a good change. So I trust that they'll make, the right decisions this year and, get Amanda in the right position where she needs to go next year.
Well, we certainly appreciate your support and everything you've done for Always 100 and allowing us to work with your daughter. And we just look forward to seeing her, not only her development through the summer, but going into her senior year. And we expect great things out of Amanda Thatcher.
Yep, thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, that was Rashonda Thatcher, mom of Amanda Thatcher. And I think sometimes, again, people don't understand that it's tough on parents as well, trying to be supportive and the financial aspects of being in regards to kids playing travel ball and just all of the little entities that go into to being a parent of these young people. And we certainly would be remiss if we did not mention the parents and all the support they've given us at Always 100, and we thank them so much for that.
Absolutely. They put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of sacrifice for these kids to help them get these opportunities to develop their athletic skills with an organization like Always 100. And, of course, I couldn't help but mention She mentioned that Amanda Thatcher is an A student, like so many of these other students here today, and obviously it's certainly no easy task balancing athletics and your schoolwork, but these students seem to be doing it very well, and that's got to be something worth being pleased with.
You know, and as Amanda's mom mentioned, I mean, it's so great to hear that parents understand the student part of student athlete, and mom certainly has pushed her in the classroom, and Amanda has responded. And we've read the GPAs of so many of the student athletes that are here today, and there's no opportunity for college without grades. So I think parents understand that, and the kids understand that, and it's a tremendous partnership that we have with the parents and everyone that goes behind Always 100 and what we're trying to do.
Well, what you just saw was Jenna Fleming getting to the basket. She was able to score the basketball on that drill, and more recently, that's Lauren Gerkin who got to the basket. Now, Lauren Gerkin, she is an Ohio native. She goes to Liberty Benton High School in Findlay, Ohio. Same town that produced, I know this is another sport, but it's the same town that produced Ben Roethlisberger. She's coached by Nate Irwin. She is a 4.0 student. That's her GPA, and she currently plays she plays AAU basketball for the Always 100 Elite 2024 team. She was part of the first team All Blanchard Valley Conference, first team District 8 in the state of Ohio, scored in double figures in 23 out of 24 games, and she scored 20-plus in 8 games that she played this season with a season high of 33 points. And worth mentioning, Lauren Gerkin is her freshman class president. She is a freshman this year, and she's the president of that class. Certainly a great accomplishment for any athlete to be class president. And she averages 18.5 points per game, averaging 6.3 rebounds per game. Shoots it at 59.4% from the field, talking about Lauren Gerkin. Gracie Bobo is another one of the athletes who's here today. She's from Penn High School, coached by Christy Ulrich. And she's got a 4.0 GPA. She's planning to major in health sciences, biology, and or pre-med. I'm not sure if she wants to do all 3 of those majors or if she's considering one of all 3 of those. But her accomplishments include being the 2019-2020 Mental Attitude Award winner and being selected to the Penn Girls Basketball 2020-2021 Leadership Committee, and spent 3 years on the Principal's Honor Roll. Just some of the accomplishments for Gracie Bobo. Gracie Bobo, by the way, is part of Team 1, coached by Marcy Albers. They're wearing the red uniforms today, and they are on the court right next to this one, court number 4. Looks like the teams are actually moving from right to left when they change stations. They're moving from left to right when they change stations in the first session, but it's a little bit different this time around. There's a left-hand shot there by number 18, Jenna Fleming, followed by Molly Baker. You watch some of these drills, obviously they take a lot of footwork. I got to imagine trying to develop that footwork has got to take a lot of hours in the gym. And off the crossover dribble, that's Alexa Robinson who got to the basket. And moments later, Maya Epps able to put it on. Well, we're not too terribly far away from Goshen, Indiana. That's down Highway 30 from here. And one of the students from Goshen High School who is here is Kyra Hill. She has a 3.4 GPA. Though her major is undecided, she is a 6'2" forward. And she was a varsity letter winner in both volleyball and basketball as a freshman. She is a freshman this year, so coming off a letter winner this year in both of those sports. or a letter victory, if you will, for Kyra Hill. There's a left-hand layup there by Addison Baxter. And it looks like the teams are just about to switch stations. That's team 1, the red team, heading over to get a drink, and now the green team, team 2, headed over to get their drinks as well. And I believe team 1 will be on court number 3. They're coached by Marcy Alberts. That's the team that features athletes like Jasmine Anderson, Lexi Castater, Lexi Linder, Gracie Bobo, who we just mentioned, Jessie Yalaska, Lauren Merrick, Sophia Morrison, Jacelyn Starks, and Riley Troth. Also Ashley Cox on that team. Well, again, Jessie Yalaska is one of the players who's on team number 1. She attends John Glenn High School. She's coached by Dan Dewar. Her GPA is 3.8, and she's interested in working in sports management. She's part of the Always 100 Todd Team 2022. She is part of the class of 2022. She was a 2021 NIC Honorable Mention, part of the National Honor Society. She was in the top 10% of her class, and she's also played varsity golf and varsity tennis. The girls' tennis season will be starting up here in the spring. Girls' golf season took place in the fall. So she's already been able to finish out her junior year on the golf course. I would imagine we'll look forward to her junior year on the tennis court as well. Her scoring average, she averages 13.8 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, and also 2.1 assists per game. Just mentioned Molly Baker. She was in the last group that we saw. She's from Columbia City, coached by Amy Shearer. She was a varsity leader in basketball as a freshman, and she lettered in volleyball as a JV freshman. She's on the JV volleyball team, and that's Gracie Bobo getting to the basket. The runner is good there by number 15. That's Jacelyn Starks. Moments later, Ashley Cox able to put it in. That shot is good. That's Lexi Castader from Carroll High School. It's a very successful Carroll program. Mark Redding, the head coach of the Chargers, had a lot of great success, and back when he was at Elmhurst, he won a state championship. And he's got a son who played basketball at Wayne, Michael Redding. Michael is at Ball State these days. He originally went there to pursue a career in dentistry. His original intent was not to play college basketball, although I don't know if that's changed since then. He may just be sticking to his schoolwork at Ball State, or he may just be may have decided, you know what, I missed the game so much, I want to get back on the court. Who knows? Of course, most colleges, and I would imagine Ball State included, have intramural opportunities. Wonder if Michael Redding may have pursued some of those, as the red team will switch over to the right side of the court. That's the side of the court on your right. Gracie Bobo with a nice little finish there. Drive to the basket. That left-hand shot is good. The player who scored it was Jasmine Anderson from Carroll High School. One of, as I said, many Carroll athletes here at the Always 100 Top 80 Spring Showcase. A lot of schools well represented at this showcase. Columbia City has a number of athletes, so does Homestead. Bishop Dwinger's got a couple. Now they'll move over to the other side of the court. And by the way, I was talking about how Michael Redding went to college to pursue a career in dentistry. Well, I was just talking about Molly Baker a moment ago. Her area of interest is to pursue a career in the dental field. In fact, Kayleana Hamill from Bishop Dwenger, who signed her letter of intent on Thursday, Keith talked to her earlier in the game, or in the showcase, rather. She's going to Holy Cross over in the town of Notre Dame, Indiana, and she is interested in a career in dentistry. So the dental field is well represented, or so it would seem, here at the Always 100 Top 80 Spring Showcase. Well, Lauren Merrick goes to Maconaquah High School. She's coached by Terry West. She's a 6'2 center and forward. Her GPA is 3.9. Averages 5.4 points per game. And this basketball season, she was honored with Academic All-Holiday Tournament. Interesting little tidbit here. Lauren Merritt is a fifth-generation pig and grain farmer and enjoys helping take care of baby pigs and working in the fields during harvest. Well, there's plenty of farming here in the state of Indiana. You just drive around and you can see cornfields for miles and miles, it would seem. Such is the case with just about all the Midwest. According to my notes, she's also a member of the 4-H, where she shows pigs, chickens. She sews, mentors young 4-Hers, and is a treasurer of junior leaders. And she earned a varsity letter in cross country and qualified with her team to run at semi-state this past season. She's an honor roll student, a member of Fellowship of Christian Athletes, the FFA. She's freshman class vice president and a mentor to elementary students. Lauren Merritt is also active in her church youth group. She volunteers for Night to Shine Special Needs Prom and has raised over $10,000 for her local food pantry. And by the way, Night to Shine Special Needs Prom is an event sponsored by the Tim Tebow Foundation. And yes, that's that Tim Tebow, the former Florida Gators quarterback, and eventually went on to play professional baseball. Doing a lot of public speaking these days and working for ESPN as well. Right to the basket. That shot is good. That was Riley Troth who got to the bucket there. Lexi Linder able to put that one home. We were talking about her. She's a great student athlete in her own right. Somebody that her head coach Steve Wiktorowski at Bishop Dwenger is very high on.
Hey, I'm sitting here with Olivia Smith from Southside High School, and she's already verbally committed to Eastern Michigan University, and I want to first of all say congratulations on your commitment to Eastern.
Thank you so much.
Can you tell us a little bit about what Always 100 has done for you, and just how you feel about your development as a player through Always 100?
Well, I started in third grade. I met Renard Hollins. Ever since then, we've been in the gym working. Obviously, as a point guard, he worked on me with change of speed, having a consistent shot, and just being like a point guard.
And you're coming into your senior year at Southside High School. You've had a tremendous career. Was just recently named to the junior all-star team for the Indiana side, and congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Can you tell me what are some of your goals going into now? Hopefully, a more relaxed senior year, knowing that where you're going to college and got that part of it out of the way. Can you tell us a little bit about what your expectations are as you approach your senior year?
So for me personally, I lead by example. So being more of a vocal leader on the court, pushing others to play to the best of their ability. Just being that leader, filling in that leadership role.
And we certainly have enjoyed watching you play and your development as a player, and we just look forward to seeing you do great things, and wish you the best of luck moving forward.
Thank you.
That's Olivia Smith from Southside High School, Eastern Michigan University recruit, or commit rather, and just proud that she's been a part of Always 100, and it's great to see kids accomplish their dreams of being able to play at the next level. So we're so proud of her.
Thank you, Keith. And obviously Olivia Smith has been a key component of that Southside girls basketball team. Certainly helps when you've got a great head coach like Juanita Goodwill, but Smith, no doubt a hard worker. She's the leading scorer for that team this past year. I believe she was the leading scorer, or rather the second leading scorer behind J.C. Jones the year before. J.C. Jones signed to IUPUI in the summer of 2020.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch her play, and she just brings a tremendous love and passion for the game, and we just enjoy watching Olivia play, and I just look forward to seeing her have a solid senior year, and hopefully continue on to make the Indiana All-Star team as a senior, and we'll get a tremendous experience being on a part of the Junior All-Stars this summer, and we just look forward to what she's going to be able to do as a player moving forward.
We'll have one more session of station work after this one. It'll be Team 3 in the pink uniforms that comes over to court number 3, serving as station number 3 here at the Always 100 Top 80 Spring Showcase. And that team features athletes like Sanaya Jackson, Nevaeh Jackson, both of which are from Carroll, Emma Royst, Brooke Koresh, Gabriella Barnes, Megan Maddox, Zoe Williams, Tessa Tonkel, Avery Ellsworth, and Mackenzie Meyer. So certainly a good group of athletes there for team number 3. And they're coached by Katie Jackson. That basket was good by Jessie Yalaska. A little left-hand layup there. That time it was Lauren Merritt. Elena Boots is another one of the athletes who's here at this event. She is a junior, class of 2022. Goes to Prairie View High School. She's coached by Bill Moore. She is 5'8", plays the point guard and shooting guard position. She's part of Always 100 Wright 2022 and his team, coached by Larry Wright. She was NECC All-Conference, averaged 11.2 points per game, averaged 2.4 rebounds per game, and 2.2 assists per game, also 1.5 steals per game. She's part of the National Honor Society and has a grade point average of 3.8, received an award. The higher than 3.75 GPA award is what Boots was able to receive. Sophia Morrison is another one of the athletes here at this event. She's a freshman at Eastbrook High School, coached by Jeff Liddick. She has a GPA of 3.4. She's hoping to major in education, or go into the education field, you might say. She's 5'5", and she's a combo guard / point guard. She's part of the Always 100 Gamble 2024 team, coached by Nick Gamble. She was first team CIC, 2A freshman All-State, Grant County Player of the Year. And as a freshman, she averaged 13 points per game and shot at 44% from beyond the arc. She shot at 76% from the free throw line, and she's active in her church youth group when off the court. And again, with wanting to major in education, a lot of the coaches in this area, not just basketball coaches, and really not just in the state of Indiana, but in a lot of different parts of the country, a lot of the high school coaches you'll find also work as teachers during the day. Some of them, they may not currently be teaching. They may be serving as school administrators. I know Chris Johnson, the head boys basketball coach at Homestead, I believe he's the dean of students at that particular school. And Phil Brockman, I believe he has the same role at Concordia.
One of the things that I think sometimes people don't understand is we do have a life outside of coaching. That coaching doesn't necessarily pay the bills, that we have to be administrators or we have to be teachers or whatever the school has asked us to do. And, it'd be great if we could just show up and coach basketball. Fortunately, I'm in that situation now since I'm retired, but it's always nice when you can just come in and coach. if you have that kind of set scenario. Doesn't always work that way. I know Coach Johnson's an administrator, Coach Brockman is an administrator, and other people fill various roles within their school. And I've always said, as a boys coach, it's much easier on you to be in the building than it is a girls coach. Boys just have a tendency to get into more things during the course of the day than girls do. So a lot of the girls programs have men that come in, or coaches that come in from outside of the program, outside of the school responsibility, and just come in to coach. But usually on the boys' side, they want you in the building.
That certainly makes a lot of sense, as right now you still got the red team over at station number 3. They are in their third rotation, if you will. They will rotate, I believe, over to station number 2 when this rotation is all said and done. And then rotating over to court 3 will be team 3. They'll wear the pink jerseys. They're coached by Katie Jackson. Oh, nice little reverse there by number 9 in red. That's Jessie Yalaska. Right now the kids working on their reverse shots, and that's something that sometimes players just make that look easy. There's another nice reverse. That was Lexi Castader from Carroll High School, and Ashley Cox right behind her. And now from the other side, and that's Bobo getting to the bucket. Gracie Bobo. And another reverse. That one is good. That's Lexi Castater who puts it home. A left-hand shot there by Jasmine Anderson. And that was a good-looking reverse by Riley Troth. And then Bobo follows it up with a nice reverse of her own. And then the spin move by Lexi Linder. All different kinds of tough shots being taken here at Station 3 right about now. Soft touch off the glass for Castater. I believe she is the younger sister of Zach Castater, who plays on the Carroll boys basketball team. For head coach Marty Beasley, longtime head coach, I might add. Been very successful over at Carroll, as has Mark Redding with the girls team. There's a lot of great athletics at Carroll, by the way. And I would bet that head baseball coach Dave Ginder is chomping at the bit, hoping that this baseball season happens. It did not happen last year.
Well, it's just so nice to see that the young people have an opportunity to get back and compete and get back on the court and whatever it is. We had a football season this year, and hopefully they'll have a softball and baseball and track season coming up. So it's just good to see them have an opportunity to show what they can do and be back on the different playing fields that they're on. So it's been a tough year for a lot of these kids, but they're resilient and have come back and had tremendous years, and we just want to see them be rewarded for everything that they've been put through, and just wish the best for them moving forward.
Absolutely, and of course it's not just baseball season that didn't happen last year. Keith, you mentioned softball, and also track and field did not happen last year. Neither did girls tennis did not happen, or boys golf. Those two sports were canceled by COVID, if you will. As we go into our fourth station work session, this is Team 3, coached by Katie Jackson. They're going to work on a lot of the same stuff that they've been working on here in this part of the court. Or this part of the field house, I should say. There's 4 courts total here in the Warsaw Community High School field house. That shot is made by Number 23, that's Emma Royst. Little scoop shot there by Megan Maddox. Right after her, that's number 35, Avery Ellsworth, followed by number 25, Brooke Koresh. And Sanaya Jackson able to get to the bucket there. Her sister Nevaeh puts it in. They both play at Carroll High School. And there are a couple of those other athletes who had GPAs of over 3.5. You know, reached out to Mark Redding leading up to this game, and he had a lot of good things to say about Sanaya and Nevaeh as well as other athletes of his.
Well, and if I may mention, what a special group that is in that Jackson household, obviously with Sanaya and Nevaeh, and what a year that Jacelyn Jackson had on the boys' side, and that's attributed to their mom and the hard work that she's put in being a parent and pushing these kids to be the best version of themselves. She's just done a tremendous job, and I know she probably wouldn't want any recognition for this, but I think it's important that we mention parents and everything that they do to help these kids be successful. So I just wanted to just share that about Katie Jackson and her kids, and she's got a younger one, Swin, that is kind of following in the same mode and will be a tremendous player as well.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of credit to the parents out there and the sacrifices and the work they do to give their kids these opportunities. And, you know, Keith, you mentioned Jacelyn Jackson. He's a junior over at Carroll, so we certainly look forward to seeing him on the court for one more year, you would think, before he heads off to college.
Yes, I think that young man is a sleeper as far as the Division I level, and is just going to be a great piece that some program is going to add, and just look forward to seeing where he's going to go. Well, first of all, seeing what he's going to do as a senior at Carroll, and then moving into his senior year on into college. What a tremendous young man he is as well.
Now, at 6 foot flat, he is a point guard. That is the position he plays. But I did his game against Norwell earlier this year, and I saw him rise up almost, maybe not quite at level with the rim, but close to it. But he leapt up in the air quite a ways to catch a ball and put it in off the glass.
Yeah, that young man is special, and I'm very fortunate that I get an opportunity to coach his sisters, Nevaeh and Sanaya, and Jacelyn and I have a tremendous relationship, and anytime I have an opportunity to promote a kid like him, I am certainly going to do that, and he's not looking for necessarily to be promoted, because I think everything that he does speaks for himself, but those of us that have a voice, we want to try and use it in a positive way as much as we possibly can.
That was Emma Royst who made the shot there, and close to the bucket there was Sanaya Jackson. Nevaeh puts it in. Nice little recovery by Megan Maddox, even though the shot didn't fall. Meanwhile, the shot does fall for Emma Royst. A little Euro step to the basket, and that was Tessa Tonkel.
I'm sitting here courtside with another one of our outstanding young people in Session 2. Could you tell us your name and what school you're from?
I'm Jasmine Smith from West Noble High School.
Jasmine, you had a tremendous year this year at West Noble, and you guys did a lot of winning, and you yourself, you had a good season, good solid season. What do you look for the showcase to do for you?
Really helped me on my shooting and get to know a little bit more girls, and just to experiment with like other teams that I don't get to play with throughout my season.
As you look at yourself as a player and then maybe translate your game over to the college level, what position do you think will be a best fit for you?
I really feel like a best fit is like a power, like forward, more of like a 4, but with my school, I really play a 3, but So it was like in AAU, like I play like strictly post, and then in like my school season, I usually am strictly guard unless one of our posts are in foul trouble. So I really can play both areas. Not really a point guard, just like a shooting guard on the outside, or like a power forward. Yeah.
You know, you've been in Always 100 for several years, and we've just seen your growth, and just so proud of you and everything that you've accomplished. What has Always 100 done for you?
It's really like put a lot of more confidence in me, and getting to know other girls, and like how they like coming from different schools. You don't really know a lot of people, and puts a lot more confidence in like going towards school ball. Like in school ball, I used to like not like to shoot, not like to touch the ball, but really going into Always 100, I got a lot of confidence from that and dribbling the ball and stuff. So.
Well, we definitely are proud of you as an organization and everything that you've accomplished at West Noble High School, and wish you nothing but the best moving forward.
Thank you.
Tremendous player from West Noble High School, and Jasmine is just a unique young lady, and again, just another kid that's a success story in Always 100, and someone that we're very proud of.
Thank you, Keith. And another athlete worth mentioning is Addison Baxter. She's from Columbia City High School. She has a GPA of 3.8, and interesting career interest here. She's I'm going to go ahead and out on a limb and say she's probably weighing these options, but her career interests are listed as cardiologist and lawyer. Now, I imagine that takes a lot of study to be successful in those particular fields.
Well, she must have a tremendous acumen to be able to even be considering those types of majors. So this young lady obviously is getting it done in the classroom and understands that there's no athlete without the student part. So we wish her nothing but the best as well.
Well, and speaking of Addison Baxter, she was all-camp team in the winter of 2020 on the basketball court, and she's part of the Indiana Girls Basketball Honor Roll. Again, she goes to Columbia City, coached by Amy Shearer, a very successful head coach over there at Columbia City. And Sanaya Jackson able to get to the bucket there. Again, this is Team 3 who's here on court number 3. They are coached by Katie Jackson. And after this session is done, I believe it won't be long before teams head into their games. And the first game here on court number 3 will be between Team 3, this team you're watching right now, and Team 7. They were the first team to do their drills here on court number 3. Team 7 is over on court number 4 right now. They started on court 3. They'll end on court 4. A left-handed shot, that's good by Avery Ellsworth. And shortly thereafter, Brooke Koresh able to get to the bucket. And that's Jackson who puts one in. That's both the Jackson sisters, Sanaya and Nevaeh, back-to-back. Able to put it in off the glass. That was Tessa Tonkel. Jacelyn Starks is another one of the athletes here. She's a freshman. She's from Anderson High School. Shannon Klecki is her head coach, and her GPA is 3.7. She's part of the Always 100 Takeover 2024 team, coached by Kevin Clopton. Not 100% sure, but I think I saw Kevin here today. I know he was at signing for Kayleana Hamill back on Thursday at the Parkview Sport One Fieldhouse in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And some other coaches were there to give Kayleana some support and recognition. By the way, here in my notes, we've got a quote from Jacelyn Starks. She said, and I quote, "I want to be a diverse athlete by playing volleyball while continuing to focus on my main sport, basketball. I want to continue working to succeed academically," end quote. Yeah, those are the words of Jacelyn Starks listed here in my notes. And again, she goes to Anderson High School. Well, that's Sanaya Jackson who's able to get that basket to fall, and not long afterwards, Nevaeh puts it in. The two Jackson sisters on the court today. Their teammates on the court at the high school ranks at Carroll High School. Talked about them on a number of occasions. Zoe Williams who put that shot home just a minute ago. Jackson able to put it home again. It was Sanaya who made the first basket, and then Nevaeh shortly afterwards. Yeah, they are both going in that order. Sanaya, then Nevaeh. That's the way it's been working here at the Always 100 Top 80 Spring Showcase. Well, Maya Epps is part of the class of 2026. She's a 7th grader. She'll be going to Homestead. She's currently at Woodside Middle School, which is part of the Southwest Allen County Schools District in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Same district that Homestead is a part of. She's a 5'9 guard. Plays the shooting guard position. She's all part of Always 100 Elite Team 2026. Katie Jackson is her AAU coach. Rod Parker will be her high school head coach. She is a 2-year starter on her middle school varsity team, and she was on the principal's honor roll in her 6th and 7th grade year. Again, that's talking about Maya Epps of Woodside Middle School. And she's a 7th grader. She's set to go to Homestead High School when her high school career comes around. A left-handed layup is good. A shot by Brooke Koresh. Another left-handed shot, this time by Tessa Tonkel. And Mackenzie Meyer able to follow up after that one. Games are coming up in, I believe, about 15 minutes. The first set of games is scheduled to start at about, actually it may even be shorter than that. We've got 3:45 showing on our countdown clock of our first set of games. Was originally scheduled to start at 3 o'clock, but right now we are at 2:45. Meanwhile, they continue with the drill as that shot is good. Number 23, Emma Royst, getting it started here for team number 3. Well, Riley Troth is another one of the athletes competing in this event, and she's one of the Ohio athletes. She's from Wayne Trace High School in the state of Ohio, coached by Bethany DeJarnette. She has a GPA of 2.66. She's a 5'6" shooting guard, point guard, combo guard, you might say. And she is part of the Always 100 Todd 2022 team. Eric Todd is the head coach of that team. Eric Todd had a team at Turnstone 2 weeks ago, and they did their basketball, when Always 100 did their basketball showcase over there. Jenna Fleming is part of the class of 2022. She's going to Catholic High School, coached by Katie Colligan, a 4.0 GPA. She plans to major in sports management when she gets to college. She's part of the Always 100 Takeover 2024 team, coached by Kevin Clopton. And it says here that she is interested in basketball and student government. She achieved a summa cum laude honor roll and made varsity as a freshman. That left-hand layup moments ago was good from Avery Ellsworth, followed up by Brooke Koresh. Now, a lot of the athletes here at this Always 100 Top 80 Spring Showcase are from here in Indiana, but there are a few from outside the state of Indiana. Mentioned a couple from Ohio already. Little reverse layup is good by Emma Royst. Another reverse. That looked like it came up short, though. It was Mackenzie Meyer.
Hey, I'm sitting here courtside with Riley Pepple, outstanding player for Angola High School, and what a tremendous freshman year she had at Angola, and just led to them having a successful season under their first-year coach, Coach Burlingame. Is that correct, Coach Burlingame? Can you tell me a little bit about what the adjustment was for you coming from middle school, obviously, and playing at the high school level, and some of the learning curve that you had to go through?
It was definitely different because I went to Carroll Middle School, and I played a leading role in the middle school program. And when I transferred to Angola, I played alongside Lauren Leach and Hannah Knoll, and it was definitely it was really nice. I'm really glad I got to play with Hannah Knoll. She was a great example. I think that she showed me and taught me a lot of things, and I think that I'll be able to use those things that she showed me and taught me in the future.
You know, you came in to be a part of Always 100 and this showcase, and what did you expect out of this showcase, and did it meet some of the expectations that you had?
Yeah, I've been to a few other showcases, and I think that this one, it was very similar, and I kind of expected the drill work, and then I think that the playing time was very equal, and I think that I got a lot out of the 3 or 4 hours that I was here.
So moving forward now that at Angola High School, and you lost a tremendous player in Hannah Knoll, what do you see your role being coming in next year? Do you see an increase as far as scoring is concerned, or your leadership? What do you look for as far as the expectations for yourself?
I think that I'm going to have a much larger role with taking the ball up the court and shooting and scoring. I'm definitely going to have to be more I'm going to have to be better at more than just one thing on the court, and I think that we're going to have a great season next year, with me, Kylie Caswell, and Lauren Leach. We'll play a good role.
Well, the expectations obviously don't change at Angola High School, and I know that you guys have an expectation to win and be successful. And we appreciate everything that you've done for us at Always 100, and look forward to supporting you. And if there's anything that we can do here as an organization to help Riley Pepple, we're always here for you.
Okay. Sounds good.
That's Riley Pepple, outstanding player for Angola High School, and she's blushing a little bit right now, but she had a tremendous year and is a tremendous person, along with being a tremendous basketball player. So we look forward to great things from her.
Thank you, Keith, and we are just about ready to get our games started. And unfortunately, it looks like a bad day for Illinois Fighting Illini fans, as they have getting the update. It looks like they've just been upset by Loyola Chicago. Now, speaking of Loyola Chicago, that's where Destiny Jackson from Snyder is going to be going to college.
How's everyone doing? How's everyone? Do I need this mic? Do I need this? Good.
Right now, Keith Edmonds is introducing our game segment here at the Always 100 Top 80 Spring Showcase, and as mentioned, Destiny Jackson from Snyder, the former Northrop star, is going to be going to Chicago Loyola. She signed her letter of intent back in the fall, But we're just about to go into game sessions, and over on court number 3, which is the game that you'll see first of all, we're going to have a game between Team 3 and Team 7. Team 3 is coached by Katie Jackson, and Team 7 is coached by Kelleen Peppel. Team 3 was actually on court number 3 for the last round of station work just a moment ago. Perhaps a little demonstration first before games get started. That's Amanda Thatcher who's out there on the court. Well, we've got Amanda Thatcher out there along with Lauren Gerkin. Check that. That's Maya Epps, number 16, not number 6. Brooke Koresh is out there. Waiting to see a number on that. And now Jordan Poole comes out. Looks like she'll be running the point for the sake of this little drill that we got going before our games get started. First game set to start at about 3 o'clock. Games at 3 o'clock, 3:30, and 4 o'clock. And that will round out the day here at the Always 100 Top 80 Spring Showcase here at Warsaw Community High School in Warsaw, Indiana. We are in the field house here at Warsaw Community High School. And right now they're setting up the offense, actually, that is going to be run in these couple of games. I mentioned the game that's going on here on Court 3 will be Team 3 versus Team 7. Team 1 and Team 2 will do battle on Court number 2. And then at 3:30, Team 2 and Team 3 will do battle on Court 2. And on Court 3, which is the game you'll see right here, Team 1 versus Team 7. Then for our 4 o'clock round of games, Team 7 will take on Team 2 on Court 2. And Team 3 will take on Team 1 on Court 3. And again, Keith Edmonds was just showing us the offense that's going to be run. Looks like they might get out and run it, perhaps with the basketball this time. And again, I'll take this time to go ahead and give a shout-out to someone who, I'm not sure if he's here today, but Lenny Krebs was someone who deserves our thanks because he gave us the Wi-Fi information to allow us to stream this event, as he did when we were here earlier. Actually, it wasn't earlier this year. It was back this summer for some Always 100 camps that we did here at Warsaw. Lenny is the head girls basketball coach here at Warsaw High School and did a good job in helping us to get our stream going, if you will. We'll continue to work on the offense. Looks like we've got some rotated players in there this time.
screen down. Good. Good. Going up. Screen across. Screen down. Across. Screen down. All right. Is this offense hard? No. What's part of the learn is your ability to watch, retain, and do it. What is brought up then when I'm telling you the word
Let's look at the matchup that'll be coming up on court 3 in just a matter of moments. And they're going to let the pink team run the offense that was just demonstrated a moment ago.
There's your motion. Let's focus on the time.
Is
With that, it looks like we are just about to start our first round of games. It is 3 o'clock. That's when our first round of games is set to start. And over here on court 3, it'll be Team 3 versus Team 7. And Team 3 is in the pink jerseys. They're coached by Katie Jackson. Team 7 is in the blue jerseys. They're coached by Kelleen Pepple. Coach Jackson, there was some directions for her athletes. It's a little high five given to Gabrielle Barnes. Go ahead and mention one more athlete who is here at this event, or a couple more. Sanaya Jackson of Carroll High School. She has a 3.6 GPA. She's a combo guard and small forward, part of the Always 100 Elite 2022 team, coached by Keith Edmonds, who is running things here at the Always 100 Top 80 Spring Showcase. She's first team All-SAC, All-State Honorable Mention, Garrett State Bank Player of the Week, Parkview Sports Medicine Player of the Game, and Northridge Tournament MVP. And her sister Nevaeh, also part of this event. She also goes to Carroll, coached by Mark Redding. Nevaeh's GPA is 3.5. She's also coached by Keith Edmonds at the AAU level. She's first team All-SAC, won the Mental Attitude Award. She was the Garrett State Bank Player of the Week and also Parkview Sports Medicine Player of the Game during her career. Nevaeh and Sanaya Jackson, both very talented athletes, coached by Mark Redding. And the tip is going to be won by Team 7, but the ball gets loose and it goes out of bounds. I believe that was off of Team 7. Feed this one inside. Little shot fake there. Work it back around to Sanaya Jackson. Jackson looking for the spin move inside. Kicks it back out. And that's Nevaeh from downtown. Left it short. Katie Jackson was wanting that shot to fall. That left-hand layup no good. I believe that was Sophia Polheim who couldn't knock it down, but a second chance for team number 7. Little spin move. That shot was blocked. And a foul, I believe. They look to get it in. That shot pass is caught by Nene Donahue. Donahue with a dribble to her left, puts it up off the glass. That one wouldn't fall. And Royce came down with the rebound. Jackson feeds it outside to Tonkel. That three ball no good. And rebound is ripped away by Hoover. Gabby Hoover with the rebound, and she works that one up the floor to Molly Stock. Molly Stock from Homestead High School. And that three comes up short. Knocked out of bounds. And that was Nard Hollins calling out blue. So it's going to stay with Team 7. That ball almost got knocked away. They got the handoff to Donahue, and Donahue couldn't finish on the interior. That's Jackson. Gets it inside. Blocked shot on the interior. The shot taken by Barnes. And here's a pull-up jumper on the other end. That one's no good. Royce with the rebound, and back the other way comes Jackson. Jackson trying to get it across the timeline. It was knocked away, but it's going to stay with the pink team. Jackson able to knock it down. They're going to call that a three for Sanaya Jackson. Get it around the screen. That ball's almost taken away on the deck, and Jackson comes up with it. Tipped in the air, battle for the loose ball. And I think that was Hoover who got the takeaway. They get inside looking for Hoover. Loose ball again. And that's going to be picked up by Gabrielle Barnes. And now Jackson swings it across the timeline. Wide open for three, but that comes up short on the shot by Tessa Tonkel. And now Team 7 comes back the other way. Shot fake, basket is good. Nene Donahue with the bucket. And there's a near takeaway. Jackson was able to recover. That gets kicked out of bounds. Looked like it was kicked out by Nevaeh Jackson. And this will be Team 7 basketball. And a player down tying their shoe after the inbound. That shot would not fall. Ball goes out of bounds. And Katie Jackson will send in some subs, as will Colleen Peppel. Amanda Thatcher looks to put it in play for Team 7. She does get it in. And then Thatcher couldn't control the pass. Smith sends it out of bounds. Drive to the basket through traffic. Pull-up jumper, that one comes up short. And the rebound is ripped down by number 31, Zoe Williams. A little step-back jumper, that one comes up short. It's recovered along the baseline by Williams. And Williams feeds it across the timeline, and that one's off the hands of Mackenzie Meyer. It's a catch and shoot from the corner. That one comes up short. And it's chased down by Kiora Bell. A shot fake along the baseline. That floater is good. Nice shot there by Gracie Fields. And Fields gives her team a 4-3 lead. Step back there by Williams. She gets it inside to Koresh. And that ball is ripped away. Shot is good on the drive to the basket. That's number 70, Shea Farley. It's a 6-0 run by Team 7. They're up 6-3. 3 from the corner comes up short off the backboard. Here's a 3 ball. That's no good. And the rebound is grabbed by Gracie Fields, and Fields able to put it home. An 8-0 run by Team 7. Spinning inside as Williams had it blocked. Williams able to recover. Leans in on the baseline and looked like she drew the foul. It's going to be Team 3 ball underneath the baseline. Inbound gets tipped away and into the hands of Williams. Williams, a little soft pass to Koresh. That's blocked on the interior. Koresh couldn't put it home. It's been a long possession, but that possession will come to an end. Team 7 takes over. They get up the floor to Thatcher. Thatcher was looking to go baseline, but good defense by Mackenzie Meyer. Floater by Thatcher off the glass. It's good. Amanda Thatcher able to put it home. And that's 10 straight points for Team 7. Williams around the screen. Looked like she was thinking about the 3. Did not take it. The pass almost got tipped. 3 ball on its way. Bounced off the top of the backboard. Thatcher on the drive. Contested shot, that's no good, but they're going to say she was fouled. Some subs will come into the game. We got 6:10 to go here in the first half. They zipped the pass in. Left-hand shot, no good from Sophia Polheim. Up to Jackson. That shot contested. It was blocked, and back the other way comes Team 7, and this ball heads out of bounds. Jackson almost turned it over. Here's Sanaya Jackson looking to get it outside. She does. Around the screen goes Tonkel. That shot no good, and it's pulled down by Polheim. They work it up the floor. That's to Polheim, and Polheim knocks it down. A 13-0 run by Team 7. Team 3 got the first points of the game, but then Team 7 has been on a tear ever since. Leaning in, that shot would not fall for number 58, Kendra Sheets. Nevaeh feeds Sanaya Jackson. The two sisters combine for the transition bucket. The two Carroll teammates. At 13-5 as Team 3 gets a much-needed bucket here in the latter part of the first half. Of this ball goes out of bounds. It's going to go back to Team 3. Jackson gets to the basket. And the three ball is good, and a little run going on. Gabrielle Barnes hits the three. Makes it a 5-point game after a 13-0 run that was put together by Team 7. And this ball goes out of bounds. Katie Jackson's squad making a run here in the first half. Contested three by Nevaeh Jackson. That one wouldn't fall. Polheim gets the rebound. Left-handed shot on the other end. That wouldn't go for Stock. Stock gets her own miss in the end. Taken away by Sanaya Jackson. No numbers. Jackson feeds it off. Leaning in, that shot gets blocked. Up the floor for Molly Stock. A little Euro step. That was blocked. Nevaeh Jackson got a hand on that one, but the basket goes in the end. Sophia Polheim puts it home. Posting up is Jackson down low. And here's Nevaeh Jackson looking to feed it. She does. Three ball is good. That was 33 Tessa Tonkel who knocked that one down. A 15-11 lead for Team 7. And that one's halfway down, but it wouldn't fall. The rebound eventually pulled down by Kendra Sheets, and this one goes out of bounds. Shot wouldn't fall, but the rebound's ripped away, and we got a foul call. The rebound was grabbed eventually by Polheim. Gracie Fields looking to put it in play. Drive to the basket. Slowing down is number 70, Shea Farley. Check that, that's 75, Nene Donahue. And here's Jackson racing down the floor. That's Nevaeh Jackson. Passes it in a tight window, but the shot wouldn't fall. Battle for the rebound, or for the loose ball, rather. Jackson was going after it. That was Nevaeh Jackson. But it's going to be Team 7 who gets the ball back. Three from the corner, that's no good. And that's going to go out of bounds and past the other court. Clock is running with 41 seconds showing on the clock. Ellsworth trying to get to the basket. Ball gets loose on the deck. And with about 15 seconds left, it's going to be Team 3 that inbounds the basketball. They look to get it in play. They do to Sanaya Jackson. Down to 2 seconds. Jackson got to get it off. She doesn't. So that's the end of the first half. The second half in just a moment. A 17-11 lead for Team 7. They had a 13-0 run going at one point. But then Team 3 was able to work their way back into the game. Again, this is the first game of Session 2 here at the Always 100 Top 80 Spring Showcase. We had a morning session and the afternoon session. This is the afternoon session that's going on right now. Free ball is good. No good, rather. That shot's good off the glass. That's Koresh who puts it home. Well, sideways, dribbled to the left side by Shea Farley. They work it back out to Gabby Hoover. Hoover on the drive, leaves it back outside. Hoover trying to use the baseline. She's got Jackson guarding her. That shot blocked. That was Koresh who got a hand on it. And two players battle for the ball on the baseline. Back across the timeline comes Tessa Tonkel. Gives it to Jackson. Jackson with a pull-up jumper. Got it. Nevaeh Jackson able to put it home. 17-15. We got a 2-point game. Team 7 had a 10-point lead. There's Jackson forcing the turnover. Nevaeh Jackson forcing the turnover, and then the foul. Foul was on Team 7. And a chance to tie the game for Team 3. Get it over to Barnes. Williams trying to feed it inside. She's got Koresh posting up. Gets it to her. A tough pass, and Koresh couldn't get it to fall. Thatcher racing down the floor. Tough shot, no good. Koresh able to get the rebound. That pass was knocked away. And it's Hoover who came up with a loose ball. The shot blocked on the other end. Some subs will come into the game. Mainly for Team 3. They get it inside, a little pull-up jumper, that's good. And The shot was made there by Sophia Polheim. Good answer there from Team 7 as they get their first points of the half. Jackson able to knock it down. That's Sanaya Jackson. And are they going to call it a 3 or a 2? Swinging across court, pull-up jumper, no good. And an offensive board pulled down by Meyer. They get it into Jackson. Jackson's shot wouldn't fall. Had the rebound initially, but lost it. Battle for the ball on the deck. And I think that's going to be a jump ball. A 21-17 lead for Team 7. In the blue jerseys. Team 3 is in the pink jerseys. They feed it inside. Oh, Jackson able to rip it away. Gets it up the floor. Three from the corner. That's no good. They go after the loose ball, and the rebound is pulled down by Avery Ellsworth. And the shot off the glass is good in transition. That's Emma Royst. And it's a 21-19 lead. But right back the other way, that shot off the glass from Donahue. That would have made it a 4-point game. That would have been a big answer from Team 7. We're down to 10 minutes to go. Three from the corner. It's good. And the lead for Team 3. Avery Ellsworth knocking it down from beyond the arc. They lob it in, loose ball, and that's out of bounds. They get it into Donahue. Donahue with a dribble to her left. Goes up and under, no good. And the rebound's ripped away by Koresh. And stolen right back by Isabel Polheim. And it looks like she was fouled. They work it back outside to Molly Stock. Donahue going to put up a three. That's no good. Jackson has the board. That shot wouldn't fall. And the rebound pulled down by Polheim. Sophia Polheim, that is. Molly Stock in transition puts it home. Three ball in and out. Chased down. I think that was 29 Maddox, Megan Maddox. And we're going to get some subs into the game. Little shot fake there by Willems. Jackson with the fake. She gets it inside. 1-on-2 and a foul. Ball is tipped in the air. That was Smith who got a hand on it. Jasmine Smith going up and under, and the ball's ripped away. Smith came up with that one. Thatcher coming down the floor and throws it out of bounds. Here's Jackson. Gets across the timeline. Flips it back outside. Jackson has a good look. She'll take it from downtown, and it wouldn't fall. Smith was able to chase down the rebound. Now Team 7 has the ball. That jumper would not fall for number 64, Gabby Hoover. We got 6:33 to go. It's Jackson, couldn't get the shot to fall. They swing it back across court. Thatcher looking to finish, instead feeds it out to the outside. That shot was blocked by Jackson. Nevaeh Jackson with the feed up the floor for Barnes. And Barnes had a contested shot there. Good defense by Gabby Hoover. Thatcher with the feed. Pull-up jumper, that rattles home. Kendra Sheets able to knock it down. And it's 25-22 in favor of Team 7. This team's just identified by their numbers, you might say. You got Team 7 versus Team 3. That jumper is good. Brooke Koresh able to knock it home. Of course, they're also identified by their jerseys. Team 7 is the team in the blue. Team 3 is the team in the pink uniforms. And that shot is good by Gabby Hoover. Back down the floor comes Hoover with the left hand, no good. Three ball, too strong, and the rebound eventually grabbed by Tonkel. Tonkel comes up the floor. She's picked up by Smith. Hands that one off to Barnes. Barnes feeds that one over to Tonkel. Check that was Williams. Three ball from the corner, rattles home. Nevaeh Jackson from downtown, and that ties the game. That spin move, they get it back outside. That's to Smith. Left-handed shot, that's good, and the lead right back to Team 7. Loose ball, and it's eventually picked up by Hoover. That three wouldn't go. They work it back outside. Sheets gets inside, no good.
You just told her to lock yourself in the gym and Sheets should be there all day.
Some subs will come into the game for both teams.
Oh, yeah.
3 minutes and counting to go in this first game. Jackson brings it back out. Pull-up jumper comes up short, and an uncontested rebound there for Polheim. Sophia Polheim, rather. Taking it back outside, looking for Stock, Molly Stock, and Stock unable to get that one to fall. We got 2:23 and counting to play in this first game. They lob it in, that one to Shea Farley. Off the hands, but recovered by Sheets. They work it inside, poked away from behind, that's Jackson. Jackson driving to the basket, leaning in, counted and a foul. Sanaya Jackson. And Jackson, the basket will count, but that gives Team 3 the lead. No free throws here, and then a foul called on the shot. Shot taken by Meyer.
Get in a weight training class over there, Carol.
I know they got a university weight room, good bowl. You're talking about a nice facility.
Loose ball and taken away by Donahue. Donahue getting to the basket, no good. And she was fouled, I think, or is it just a ball out of bounds? It's just a ball out of bounds. They get it in quick, and the three comes up short from Shea Farley. And that one goes out of bounds. It'll go right back to Team 3. Team 3 was down by double digits earlier in this game and have come back to take the lead up 31-29. Jackson will bring it down the floor. Inside the final minute of play, 3 ball is short. Molly Stock brings it across the timeline. They get it back into Stock, and Stock couldn't get that one to fall. Jackson for 3. Got it! Sanaya Jackson hit some big shots late here in this second half. Her sister Nevaeh's played pretty well in her own right.
I think it's going to be lights out if they get your call right about that.
They work it up the floor. Katie Jackson telling her team to hold it, but they turn it over instead. And now a chance for Team 7 to win, down to 4 seconds. And they get the basket. Just in time. I believe that was Polheim who got the bucket. So Team 7 wins this first game by a final score of 33-32. And siding into it, it was a game where Team 3 came back to take the lead after being down double digits, but Team 7 gets the win in the end. And yes, it was Sophia Polheim who hit the winner.
Have you stepped into our new arena there too? Look at that. You need, the next time you do, you need to step in and see it.
I'll be up there. That's one of our early events too up there.
Okay. Yeah, coming to our arena, you're going to step there.
So that's the first game of the afternoon session in the books. Again, Team 7 is your winner, 33-32. The next game here on Court 3 will be Team 1 versus Team 7. So Team 7 are going to make it back-to-back W's. They'll be taking on Team 1. They're in the red uniforms, coached by Marcy Alberts.
Yep.
How long have you been there?
It's been a good place. It's been really good. I still live in Fort Wayne, though.
Oh, you do? You drive up there?
So Team 7 versus Team 1, the second game of our afternoon session. Got 15 minutes on the clock, and we are just about ready to get this second game underway as Team, well, there's still a little ways away from getting it underway as Team 1 is just making it over. Team 1 in the red jerseys. Again, they're coached by Marcy Alberts. Team 7 coached by Kelly Pepple. They just won a game against Team 3, come from behind fashion. They actually had a 10-point lead, which they lost. But Team 7 was able to come back, take the lead, and win it in the end.
The only reason why I asked is because Annika is a homebody.
Yeah, she is.
I mean, I've known Annika. She's not going to get too far away from Mama game. She's tough. She's still
Been a lot of upsets that have taken place in college basketball in March Madness. Another one happened today.
Really?
That was Illinois losing to Loyola Chicago. It looks like Team 1 is ready to get started. They'll be taking on Team 7 right here on court number 3 at the the Warsaw Community High School Fieldhouse. I believe that's Lauren Merritt who's ready to tip it off. Nope, that's Jasmine Anderson who's going to tip it off for Team 1, and it's won by Team 7, so they'll start with the basketball. It's Farley.
Some other features. See boxing one every night and have nothing. That would be frustrating.
Yes, it would. I agree with you on that.
Off the glass, that's no good. Battle for the loose ball. Second chance for Team 7, and the shot does not fall. The shot was taken by Jasmine Smith.
Blackhawk must have did a little bit of a number. I don't know what he had yesterday against Blackhawk. Did he really?
Good recovery there by number 17, Riley Troth. She's one of the Ohio athletes participating in this showcase. Drive to the basket by Lexi Castader. And the three ball comes up short. They lob it inside. There was contact down low. No foul call. Back the other way comes Castader. Castader misses the jump shot. Almost had her own rebound. They feed it back outside to Anderson. Anderson for three, no good. Ripped away. Get it back to the top of the key for Troth, and Troth is able to hit the three. Make it a 2. So a 2-0 lead early on for Team 1. Thatcher down the floor quick, left it short. And that's Linder who comes back down the floor. Linder, outstanding athlete, an outstanding student from Bishop Dwenger. That shot gets blocked. Now Thatcher's going to fire a three from the corner, and it's good. And this one is a three.
Hey, good seeing you guys. Nice meeting you.
Amanda Thatcher getting Team 7 on the board, and there's a foul on the other end of the court.
Where my focus is.
Anderson leaning in, got it. Tough shot by Jasmine Anderson. And she gives the lead right back to Team 1. There's another three. That one comes up short. And leaning in for the bucket is Sophia Polheim. Lead right back to Team 7. We got a back and forth game early on here in this one. Three ball is good by Lexi Castader. And once again, Team 1 able to retake the lead. And that jumper is good. That's Polheim who knocked it down, and the game is tied. Drive to the basket, spinning in is Yalaska. A nice dish to Anderson, but she couldn't put it home. But Anderson with a second chance, and this time she scores. And a 9-7 lead for Team 1 as we had a stoppage in play. And it will be Team 7 who keeps the basketball. Ball went out of bounds, so it's going to go right back to Team 1. Check that. Team 7 will keep the possession. Here's Kendra Sheets with the pull-up jumper. That one comes up short. Rebound along the baseline, a little turnaround shot, no good.
Good pass, Jordan.
A whistle, and he's going to go back to, nope, going to stay with Team 7. It was a jump ball, so possession arrow gives it to Team 1. Anderson from the baseline. The drive inside, loose ball. And back the other way comes Sheets off the turnover. Gets it to Molly Stock for the jumper. Got it. That's a 3 for Molly Stock. And Team 7 takes the lead at 10-9. Off the hands of Anderson and out of bounds.
The pass.
A fake and a drive to the basket by Gracie Fields. They swing that one inside to Stock. Her shot would not fall, and we get a whistle and a foul. They get it in play. Sheets on the drive. Couldn't get it with the left hand. And the offensive board pulled down by Gabby Hoover. That shot was blocked and a foul. I think they're going to call that one on Lauren Merritt. 10-9 your score in favor of Team 7. That's Molly Stock from downtown. Couldn't get it to fall, but an offensive rebound pulled down by Fields. They dish it inside. That's to Donahue. 3 ball off the mark. Stock with the rebound. Backs it out. Bounce pass to the outside. That one almost got away. Stock is able to recover. 3 from the wing is short. The floater, a little bit too strong. That's off the mark. Battle for the rebound. That's going to be a jump ball. That'll give it right back to Team 7. Basket is good. A 3 ball there. That was Stock who knocked it down. Molly Stock hit a couple of threes in this one. That's Morrison, hands that one off. And the 3 comes up short from Ashley Cox. Work it back outside to Gracie Bobo. Her jumper is good. That is a 3 as well. Stock going to fire another one, but couldn't hit it this time. Sheets kicked it out of bounds. Check that, that's not Sheets, that's Gracie Fields. And some subs will come into the game. That's going to be Team 1 basketball, 7:17 to play in this first half of the second game of our afternoon session here at the Always 100 Top 80 Spring Showcase on Court 3 at the Warsaw Community High School Fieldhouse. They get it inside to Anderson. Anderson with a pull-up, and that's too strong. Battle for the rebound. It's grabbed by Yalaska. And whistles blow. I think we got a foul. I don't think that basket's going to count. That ball's knocked away and stolen by Polheim, but taken right back by Starks, or rather Troth. And then it's recovered along the baseline by Bell. Thatcher with it, 6.5 to go. Thatcher comes across the timeline. Gets around the screen, kicks it out. There's a pull-up jumper, it's good. Isabel Polheim. They get 15 to 12 in favor of Team 7. Backing out here is Castater. She feeds that one over to Troth. Troth Had Donahue on her. Step back three by Castater, and it's good. And this game is tied. Lexi Castater knocking it down from downtown. Been a back-and-forth game for the most part. I don't think either team has had a... Actually, Team 7, I think, has had a couple of two-score leads, but not much more than that. A near takeaway here. That was, I think, Yalaska. Nope, I think that's Linder who was going for the steal. Jump ball's going to keep it with Team 7. Sophia Polheim looking to put it in play, and she does get it in. That's to Isabel Polheim. Poked from behind by Castater. It's on the deck and scooped up by Troth. Coming up on 5 minutes to go. Troth feeds that one to Linder. Driving inside is Yalaska. Loose ball taken away by Thatcher. Stolen right back by Linder. And Linder has it blocked. It's going to stay with Team 1 as they get it into Lexi Castater. Castater feeds it back outside to Anderson. Anderson off the backdoor cut finds Yalaska, and Yalaska scores. 17-15, the lead for Team 1. That's Thatcher from the corner, no good. And ripping away the rebound there is Sophia Polheim, and we're going to get a foul called, I think, or a jump ball perhaps, and this one's going to Team 1. They get it in quick. Linder with a quick foot down the floor, and the jump shot wouldn't fall for Troth. Offensive board, Yalaska, they called a foul. Into Linder, shot fake, Linder. The feed outside, that's to Castater. Her three wouldn't fall. Anderson zips it, and it's taken away. They get it up the floor. Castater got a hand on it, and she knocked it off of Sheets and out of bounds. It will be Team 1 basketball as Sophia Morrison brings this one across the timeline. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Morrison guarded tightly there, but she gets it to Bobo. Bobo with the feed inside. Off the glass, no good, and Merrick had the rebound and then had it knocked away. They get it up the floor looking for Fields. Traveling is the call. The basket will not count. So now Morrison will bring it back the other way. 17-15. And that shot is blocked. Nice play there by Donahue. Gets it up the floor. The shot is good on the other end. Gabby Hoover, or rather Gracie Fields, ties the game. And Team 7 takes advantage of the turnover. Here's Morrison down the floor. Gives up the ball to Starks. Starks gets it back on the interior. Had the pass tipped and taken away. Leaning in is Thatcher, no good. Gets her own miss. Putback is good, and they're going to count that one. Morrison brings it across the timeline. Less than 2 minutes to go in the first half of this game. It's a 19-17 lead for Team 7. Step back jumper, that one wouldn't fall. That was Cox who took the shot. They get up the floor for Kendra Sheets. Check that, they got it up to Gracie Fields. She found Sheets. That ball is knocked away. Stock able to regather her dribble and hits the jumper. Across the timeline comes Morrison. Morrison gets around the screen. Was thinking about the three, chose not to. Three ball is good. That's Ashley Cox from downtown. That 5-point lead that Team 7 just had, I believe, is the largest of this game so far. Stock, the floater, off the glass, it's good. We've got 38 seconds left to go in this first half. Morrison across the timeline. Morrison gets it inside to Anderson. Her pass tipped and taken away by Team 7. Spinning inside is Sheets, and she got it. A tough shot by Kendra Sheets, but she's able to get it to fall, and now here's Morrison on the drive inside. Down to 5 seconds. That whistle came from the other court. That's Bobo, and she knocks it down. And how the whistle comes from this court as the first half comes to an end. It's a 26-22 lead for Team 7. Start of the second half comes your way in just a moment.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your...
Just about ready for the start of the second half of this second game of the afternoon session here at the Always 100 Top 80 Spring Showcase. Team 1 is going to have the basketball to start the second half. Drive to the basket.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I have a parent here, and
okay, go ahead by all means.
Okay, well, we have a parent of a player from Penn. I'll let her introduce herself and share a little bit about what her expectations were in regards to coming to our showcase today. First of all, welcome to our program.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Could you share with us a little bit about what your expectations were in regards to allowing your daughter to be a part of this showcase?
Sure, absolutely. Well, it was an invite-only showcase that the expectation was really to let coaches see the players or see, my daughter's Gabby Hoover, she plays for Penn, but just to showcase her
her talents and
Thank
abilities.
you. Sorry, multitasking here with the whistles.
That's okay.
Her abilities and the number of coaches that are here and also watching live. It's really pretty special. Always 100 has done a really good job of putting the program together and putting the showcase together. So we're excited to be here, and it's been a good day.
Well, we've been very fortunate that Penn High School has kind of partnered with us in regards to allowing their players to be a part of Always 100. Could you kind of share with us a little bit about what your daughter's role is in their program and maybe some of the areas where you feel as a parent, her mom, and no one knows better than mom, where she needs to improve to help Penn moving forward next season?
Sure, absolutely. Well, Penn is a very competitive program. It's a pretty large school. She plays power forward, and, her heart is always there. It's, as far as a parent, being her mom, the one thing that she needs to work on is, shooting the ball a little bit more, taking the threes. She's great underneath the basket, really good rebounding. But when you're talking about Penn, you really got to be a versatile player, and just when you're in, you're all in, and it's contributing as being a player as part of a team and just not a one-man kind of show. So we're blessed that Penn and Penn coaches and staff they see that, And, as far as transitioning over to Always 100, as far as AAU, it's crossed over with the things that they've learned, or she has learned from Penn High School as well.
It's really interesting because when showcases come about, and I'm sure you guys have probably been a part of showcases before. One of the things, hopefully, that this showcase is a little bit different in regards to, we really want our kids to help the other kids get better as opposed to just looking out for themselves. As you start to take a look at your daughter and maybe going on and playing at the college level, can you kind of share with us a little bit about where you think her interest might be, or is it too early?
No, Gabby's got a list of schools that she's interested in, and, she's looking more locally, D1, D2. You're putting me on the spot here. Now I'm getting all nervous because if I don't get it right, she's going to kill me. But she loves Purdue, IU. She's also looking at Taylor University here, that's local.
Sure.
Trying as well. Trying out of Chicago.
Sure.
And boy, you're putting me on the spot here. I should have.
Well, that's okay. You don't have to name any schools. Just maybe what her level of interest is. I'm sure she wants to obviously go on and play at the collegiate level.
She absolutely does. That's why we're here. That's why these showcases are absolutely amazing.
Well, we definitely appreciate you guys being a part of Always 100 and coming down and sharing not only your thoughts but your daughter with us. And obviously, moving forward, we're going to do everything that we can to make sure your daughter finds the right fit for her. And if there's anything, obviously, we can do, we want to help as much.
Appreciate that. We're blessed to be here and part of Always 100. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's Tawny Hoover. Her daughter is Gabby Hoover from Penn High School. Tremendous program, and what a tremendous job they've done partnering with us and sending us great players, and we're the benefactor of our relationship with Penn.
Keith, thank you very much. Meanwhile, we get a foul called on the interior here. Comes with about 10-12 left to play. That pull-up jumper is no good. That shot taken by Jasmine Smith. Come right back down the floor. Spinning inside. That shot would not fall. Get it back out. That's Hoover for three. It's good. Check that Gracie Fields. Gracie Fields from downtown, and the lead right back to Team 7. That ball goes out of bounds. That's going to go right back to Team 7. They lead it by 3. 9.5 minutes to go in this second game of the afternoon session. Cross-court feed, that's taken away. The steal by Kiora Bell, and Bell gets it across the timeline with 9 to go in regulation of this game. Bell loses the ball. Just trailing from behind as Starks gets it across the timeline. Starks, the pull-up, no good. Kept in play just barely by Lauren Merritt. Good defense there by John A. Donahue. Tough pass inside, the shot no good. Anderson took the shot, and the rebound pulled down by Jasmine Smith. Little shot fake and a drive down the baseline. The floater is good. Gracie Fields able to put it home, and it's a 5-point lead for Team 7. They're trying to win back-to-back games. They beat Team 3 here on this court on a buzzer beater, but Jasmine Anderson able to put that one in. Tough shot by Sheets. That one wouldn't fall. Anderson against the double team, and she's called for traveling. And some subs will come into the game for Team 1. They're in the red uniforms. Our final game, which is coming up after this one here on Court 3, is going to be Team 1 versus Team 3. Team 3 has already played on this court. Team 1's playing on this court right now. Team 3 is playing against Team 2 over on court number 2 right now. A dribble to the left by Kiora Bell. She'll put up the 3, and that one's off the glass. Whistles blow, and I think she dribbled it out of bounds. That was Donahue along the baseline. Linder racing down the floor. Goes with a quick gear, and she gets that one out to Castater. Anderson off the fake. Leaning in, got it. And it's a 1-point game. Team 1 hanging around. Lead has not been to double digits for either team yet today, not in this game at least. This ball goes out of bounds. Team 7 did take a double-digit lead against Team 3 in the game just before this one. Now, Team 3 came back to take the lead, but Team 7 won the game as Molly Stock connects from beyond the arc. He's been pretty solid from three-point land. And there's a foul called on the interior. Yalaska was the one who got to the basket and got fouled, and Anderson will put it in play for team number 1. Pass gets tipped. That one off the backboard and then out of bounds. That 3 no good. Offensive rebound by Anderson. Brings it back outside. Anderson going to fire a 3. It's short. Racing across the timeline was Fields. And that 3 ball is good. Just dropped in for Amanda Thatcher. Anderson feeds that one outside. Three ball on the way, comes up short. And with 4:50 to go, Thatcher comes down with the rebound and feeds Stock up the floor. Stock from Homestead, Amanda Thatcher is from Northrop. Meanwhile, a 3 is good for Team 7. Underhanded layup, no good for Castater, but they're going to say she was fouled. Well, this 10-point lead for Team 7 is the largest lead has been in this game for either team. They get this one into Lexi Linder. Anderson gets to the top of the key. That's to Troth, and Troth gets around the screen. Castater feeds it inside to Anderson. Anderson makes a move. Got it. Big bucket there for Jasmine Anderson. We've got less than 4 minutes to play as Team 1 tries to mount a comeback. Crossover dribble by Stock. She's open from downtown, and she nails it. Molly Stock has been making a living from beyond the arc. The drive to the basket, a little underhanded shot by Yalaska is no good. Here comes Polheim, and the shot in transition is good. They feed that one outside to Ashley Cox. Cox with it again, gets a screen, 2.5 to go. Cox lets it fly, and it's no good. Back down the floor comes Team 7, and they'll get a transition opportunity, but they don't cash in. Hoover couldn't put it home. Yalaska, check that, that's Bobo. Gracie Bobo at the 2-minute mark has Polheim guarding her. A catch and shoot from the corner for Cox, and she nails a 3. And we've got 2 minutes to go in this game. Stock was thinking about the 3. Had the defender closing in, though, as Thatcher will fire. She left it short. Molly Stock has shot lights out from beyond the arc. There's a good defensive play on the other end. That's Hoover, Gabby Hoover. Keith was just talking to her mom not long ago. And she knocks it out of bounds, and some subs will come in for Team 7. They're in the blue jerseys. Team 1 is in the red. That's poked into the backcourt. That's Smith. Smith all the way to the basket, left it short. Hoover with the offensive board. She couldn't put it in. Smith boards, and she gets fouled. Polheim had it blocked. She was fouled on the play, too. They get it in with 44 seconds to go. Drive to the basket and a left-hand shot off the mark by Shea Farley. Smith's putback wouldn't fall. They get it back outside to Fields, and Fields is able to knock down, she's able to knock down the 3 ball. We're down to 24 seconds on the clock. That one just went off the foot of Starks. Work it back outside to Morrison. Morrison, little scoop shot, couldn't put it home, and we're down to 10 seconds. It is a running clock, so Team 1 will get this in, but it's going to be Team 7 who wins this one. That 3 ball is good. Gracie Bobo just before the buzzer. But again, Team 7 is your winner. They win back-to-back games. So Team 7 wins 51-41. Now, Molly Stock definitely had the big-time performance in this game. Whole bunch of three-pointers. She was making her living from three-point land as Team 7 wins this one. They get back-to-back wins. Their next game will be on Court 2 against Team 2, coached by Myquisha Bratton. And then Team 1 will be back at it on this court against Team 3. It's going to be the final game of the Always 100 Top 80 Spring Showcase here at Warsaw Community High School. And we're in the field house here at Warsaw Community High School. 15 minutes on the clock as they are waiting out the final of the game on Court 2. It hasn't quite ended yet, but it's about to. And now the game over on Court 2 has ended. Well, one of the athletes who just took the court was Amanda Thatcher. She's part of the class of 2022 at Northrop High School. She has a 3.89 GPA. Keith talked to her mom not too long ago and very impressed with Amanda as a student, as I'm sure are her coaches and her teachers as well at Northrop. She is interested in pursuing a career in physical therapy. She's a combination point guard and shooting guard on the basketball court. Thatcher earned varsity letters as a freshman and is described as one of the toughest defenders in the SAC. That's here in our notes. She was on the academic honor roll all 3 years of high school so far. and she is part of Always 100 LVL UP recruiting. Level up recruiting, that is. Well, that's Team 3 that has just taken the court here on court number 3.
Both courts, we will go 1 20-minute half. 1 20-minute half.
Well, so there's the announcement.
So stop it after 10 for 1 20-minute half. Instead of 2 15-minute halves, just 1 20-minute half.
So there's the announcement from Keith Edmonds. 1 20-minute half for the final game.
We'll stop it after 10 minutes. So it'll be just 2 10-minute quarters, 20-minute half, however you want to do it. Okay. But the clock starts at 20 minutes.
Okay, so essentially 2 10-minute halves, if you will. You're going to treat it like 2 10-minute halves, but they've got 20 minutes on the clock. And we are underway for this final game of the Always 100 Top 80 Spring Showcase. It's Team 1 with the basketball in the red jerseys. And Sophia Morrison was in a bit of a tough spot. Gets this one over to Gracie Bobo. Little baseline drive, and that shot wouldn't fall. And Jackson has the rebound. That's Sanaya Jackson. Jackson racing down the floor, gets it inside, and a left-hand layup is good. Mackenzie Meyer puts it home. And I'm not sure if a ball accidentally rolled onto the court or what, but either way, we play on in a 2-0 lead for Team 3. This is Sophia Morrison. There's a pull-up jumper. That one comes up short. They work it across the timeline to Jackson. That was blocked. Blocked by Lauren Merritt. And here comes Cox across the timeline. This is Morrison with the basketball. Morrison drives the lane. Good defense there by Sanaya Jackson. And it's going to stay with Team 1. Ashley Cox will put it in play. Morrison with a great look, and she puts it home. Sophia Morrison takes full advantage of that. Here's Jackson trying to get inside. Right over Bobo. Couldn't knock it down. Jackson drives to the basket. The floater, no good. Rebound eventually grabbed by number 90, Ashley Cox. And we got a 2-2 tie here in game number 3 on court 3, and that basket is good. I think that was Morrison again. Nope. Check that. It was not Morrison. Either way, it's a 4-2 lead. And there's a turnover into the hands of Morrison. It was Cox who got the bucket on that last possession. Good look from downtown, but the shot would not fall for Jacelyn Starks. And here comes Jackson the other way. This is Nevaeh Jackson. Able to get it back outside to her sister Sanaya Jackson. Jackson spins in. 3 ball on the way is off the mark. And rebound right into the hands of Mackenzie Meyer. She could not get it to fall. Here comes Morrison. Meyer off her hands and out of bounds. A catch and shoot from Morrison, couldn't knock it down. Up ahead they go to Jackson, and Jackson able to put it in. Nevaeh Jackson off the feed from her sister Sanaya. And we got a 4-4 tie as Team 3 pulls even. That 3 comes up too strong, and right over the top for the rebound. It was Lauren Merritt who got the rebound, and then Gracie Bobo knocks it down from beyond the arc. Back outside to Jackson. The feed inside to Sanaya Jackson, and they team up again. This time it's Sanaya who scores and Nevaeh who assists. And because of the foul, they're going to give her an extra point. Kind of a de facto and one, if you will, as Morrison pulls up for the jumper and knocks it down. That's a 3-ball. They come back down the floor, loose ball. And here's Jackson, fires a pass across the court. Contested 3, that one won't go. And back down the floor comes Sophia Morrison. Morrison lobs it inside, trying to get it to Merritt, and the ball goes out of bounds. Emma Royce will bring this one across the timeline. She's guarded by Yalaska. Trying to keep her dribble there was Royce. And that's Tonkel. Good defense there by Riley Troth, and the ball goes out of bounds. Entry pass inside to Koresh, and it's taken away by Jasmine Anderson. Anderson across the timeline. Pulls up for the jump shot, and that's no good. Just barely kept in play by Yalaska. Anderson with the rebound off the miss. And I think they're going to call a jump ball, I believe. Possession arrow will keep it with Team 1. 3 from the corner, that's too strong, off the hands of Koresh. Wide open from the corner, that 3 comes up short. And the putback is good. Nice little soft touch there on the shot by Gabrielle Barnes. Castater trying to get inside, had the ball knocked away. She recovers. And then gets it over to Troth. Troth with a tough shot, that's no good. Koresh looked like she traveled, and they're going to say she did. Again, this is a game that features one 20-minute half, technically. Well, it's being treated as if it were 2 halves. Yalaska gets inside. Leading shot, that's no good. Shot from the corner, that wouldn't fall. Putback is no good. And that one eventually does fall, and the lead right back to Team 3. 11-10, Team 3 leads it over Team 1. Castater on the blow-by, feeds it outside. 3 from the corner, and that's too strong. And this ball will go out of bounds. $12:15 left to go. Team 3 with the lead over Team 1. They get inside to Koresh, and she banks it in. Brooke Koresh able to get the bucket to fall. And here's Castater back across the timeline. Castater feeds it outside. That's to Riley Troth, and her 3 doesn't fall. All went quite a ways out of bounds there. Swinging across to Koresh. Koresh using the glass, not that time. get this one into Lexi Linder, and Linder, I tell you what, she plays pretty fast. She goes up and down the court, looking to back her way in this time, gets it out to Troth. Back outside, Anderson with the jump shot. That's no good. And the rebound going to be pulled down by Emma Royst. Royst across the timeline. Koresh able to put it in from an angle. Castater, the feed back outside. Loose ball. Recovered by Team 3. They've got a chance to build on this lead. They're up 5. A 3 from up top, and that would not fall. Koresh battles for the rebound and gets it. Check that. It was Anderson who got the rebound. Ball goes out of bounds. And they'll just call this one halftime. And they're playing the 120-minute half, if you will. And we'll get things going for the second half here. The lob inside, Nevaeh Jackson couldn't get that one to fall. And then back down the floor comes Riley Troth. Here's Bobo backing it out. Step back 3 by Gracie Bobo, and that one wouldn't fall. Jackson able to grab the rebound. That's Nevaeh Jackson who got the board. Sanaya trying to get inside. Gets to the bucket. She scores. Tough shot. That's off the mark. Nevaeh Jackson pushing down the floor, able to spin away from trouble, and she banks it home. Morrison comes across the timeline. Well, step back jumper. And that's no good. Jackson comes up with a loose ball. Jackson leaning in and a foul. That's Sanaya Jackson who was fouled. They get into Nevaeh Jackson. She'll pull up. That jumper wouldn't fall. 8:19 to play. That's Bobo in transition. She scores. Sanaya Jackson brings it back down the floor. Bobo picks her up. And Jackson able to get away from trouble. They get it inside to Jackson. Jackson no good. That's Koresh from beyond the arc, and it wouldn't fall in. Ashley Cox comes up with a loose ball. Baseline drive by Morrison. Morrison from a tough angle puts it home. Heck of a play that was by Sophia Morrison. They lob it up the floor to Nevaeh Jackson. Jackson trying to split 2 defenders, and the ball went out of bounds. Tough catching a steal there by Jackson. Pull-up jumper by Jackson, no good. And the rebound grabbed by Jacelyn Starks. That 3 is no good. And that's no good off the glass either. Jackson comes down with the rebound. That was Jackson, Nevaeh Jackson, who hit the 3 there, 22-14. Nice move to the left there by Morrison, and her shot is off the mark. Jackson comes down with the board. Jackson, the Euro step, but couldn't knock it home. And Morrison comes down with the rebound. That one comes up short from Starks. They get it down the floor to Jackson, but she'll slow it down as defenders get back on defense. Sanaya Jackson couldn't knock that one down. And Cox comes back the other way. 3 from the corner, it's good. Gracie Bobo from downtown. And that shot would not fall. And that ball gets poked out of bounds. Jackson was unable to save it. They get it into Riley Troth. Troth sends it across the timeline for Yalaska. Her 3 is no good. Little spin move there by Anderson. Couldn't get that one to fall. They get it back across the timeline. Open player out on the wing. That was Royst. And they get it inside to Brooke Koresh. Koresh, tough shot. That's no good. That's knocked out of bounds and eventually saved. That's Linder who came up with the loose ball. Three ball on the way, that's good. And that's Gabrielle Barnes who knocks it home. Back outside to Castater. Drive to the basket by Anderson, and she got it. Jasmine Anderson with a much-needed bucket there for Team 1. They try to get back in this game, down 6 now. Back the other way comes Castater, slows it down. Pull-up 3 is good. Jasmine Anderson able to knock it down. And it's a 5-0 run by Team 1. They're within 3 with 3:25 left to go. Poked away from behind. Yalaska almost had the takeaway. And Team 3 gets that one in play. Got it to Zoe Williams. And a fairly easy bucket there for Brooke Koresh. Yalaska, the dribble to the left. Gets it over to Castater. A little underhanded shot, and Castater finishes. Backing down is Tonkel. They get into Royce. Royce along the baseline. Tough shot. That's good. Brooke Koresh. Solid game that she has had in this one. Get it back outside. That's Troth. Troth steps in. No good on the jumper. Anderson puts it in. Anderson, Johnny, on the spot on a number of occasions today. Less than 2 minutes to go. 29-26 the score. Team 3 with the lead over Team 1. That shot would not fall. Zoe Williams couldn't put it home. Three from the corner, off the mark from Barnes, and an offensive board by Williams. That three is good. That's number 23, Emma Royst. Right back on the other end, that shot wouldn't fall. Remains 32-26. Williams keeping control of the basketball. She's got Yalaska guarding her. And now we're inside the final minute of the game. Feed inside, that's blocked by Anderson. Second chance by Koresh wouldn't fall. And Yalaska has the rebound. Yalaska comes across the timeline. Lobs it in to Anderson. Anderson off the glass, it's good. Much needed bucket for Anderson as we're down to 33 seconds. It's a 4-point game, though. Each of these teams have fallen in defeat to Team 7. Each of those games were on this court. And that was barely kept in play, I think. Yeah, apparently it was. Troth saved it off the hands of Barnes. Nope, I beg your pardon. She stepped out. Koresh down to 7 on the clock. Feeds it outside, and Katie Jackson telling her athletes to hold on to the ball, and they're going to get the win in this one. So Team 3 wins the final game of the Always 100 Top 80 Spring Showcase here at Warsaw Community High School in Warsaw, Indiana. We're in the field house, of course, of Warsaw Community High School. They'll be wrapping things up here shortly. The game over on court number 2 is still going on. But that would wrap things up. We get a brief look in at what's going on over on court number 2. They finish things up. It looks like Team 7 has just tied it, but that's going to do it from here at the Warsaw Community High School, at the field house at Warsaw Community High School. For everyone that's been a part of this broadcast, including, of course, Keith Edmonds from Always 100 Basketball. Keith, my apologies there on the mispronunciation, but Keith, we do thank you for being a part of this event and been a part of it in multiple ways.
Well, I tell you what, I appreciate what you guys do for our young people and community in Fort Wayne, and you guys are a force, and we're just thankful to have an organization that you guys are to partner with us and what we're trying to do for young people. So thank you so much for giving up your day for us.
Well, we thank you, Keith, for everything that you've done, everything that Always 100 does. Certainly thanks to Nard Hollins and for Keith Edmonds and our camera operator Jeff Mahoney. This is Thad Goff. We're going to sign off here as they get ready to wrap things up here at the Always 100 Top 80 Spring Showcase in Warsaw, Indiana.